You're in the Business Insurance Zone with me, Steve Savant, national insurance columnist and financial color commentator. This week on The Biz, our monthly update series for November 2012. And on today's show, our life insurance underwriting update with special guest Jessica Lopez, impaired risk expert.
When it comes to life insurance, annuities, long-term care, disability, or group pension plans, we're the news you can use.
Well, welcome everyone to the Business Insurance Zone. I'm your host, Steve Savant, and we're broadcasting live to a nationwide audience of financial advisors right here in Fountain Hills, Arizona, home of America's largest fountain. And with me today, of course, the impaired risk goddess herself, all that is substandard, Jessica Hello, Jessica.
Hey, Steve. Great to be here.
And I know you love grids. I mean, you are the spreadsheet queen. She likes to distill that. By the way, thank God for girls like her. I mean, I want to distill, right? I want to distill down all the information. Who wants to read the specimen policy? Not me. But what Jessie's done is she's constructed the impaired risk field guide. Not only will we have everything we talked about, right, in impaired risk, but we also have so many other issues. In fact, actually, let me just say a couple of them real quick here before I let Jessie loose. We're going to not only have our age rated up, but you'll see our non-smoking cholesterol guidelines, our family history guidelines, and remember, this is for every carrier. Our guaranteed and simplified carriers that issue to age 90, unbelievable. Your medical exam expiration dates, your MVR, all about cigars, pipes, snuff, chew, cigarettes. Everything is compiled so that you know where to go and how to do this. This is perfect when you're selling in the impaired risk season all the way down to the end of the year.
Absolutely, extremely helpful. First of all, I want to go ahead and just touch on some of the carriers that are available to you that have special programs in place, typically known as table shaving or lifestyle credit programs. And a few that really pop out to me personally are going to be American General, AXA, MetLife, Nationwide, Prudential, and United of Omaha. The reason why is because they do offer these programs on all of their product lines, so permanent and term.
Now, how many? You just named about only half a dozen then.
Right.
Okay, so think about it. The table shaving programs, even a lot of people say they're shavers, but here we are. We're only talking about a half a dozen that actually spread to both product lines of perm and term. So it's important when you're thinking about this that could be an anomaly and the way to play, because most people don't they park it in permanent most of the time?
Usually, yes.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
Well, go ahead and let's just walk through the six. See, to me, I just want to bring this up. This is a perfect thing that producers need to see, because I want to know who the real players are so I can pivot in a sales scenario. I can go perm or term.
Right, and really the gist of this whole idea is that if you have a client who is taking care of themselves, they're listening to their doctor, they're following doctor's orders, they are going to have the benefit of having a reduction in their rate. So this is why this is so important, and it is the reason why you should also make sure that you're speaking with your client about what they're doing in terms of what their doctors ask them to do, because it will literally save them money. For one thing, let's go ahead and just touch on American General first. For this particular, again, they do offer it on all plans up to age 70. And this is also for preferred or substandard offers for any of the applicants. The class can improve anywhere from 4 or more possible tables. And again, what they're looking is for your client to be compliant with their doctor.
I like it. They can take any amount all the way up to their binding limits. They're not even putting a cap on it. So their binding limits are up there. You could use this program, and this is the time to do it. And remember, even if you can't get a shave on these with American General and it has to stay in substandard land, they're one of the few that price off the Standard Plus.
Right. I'm glad you brought that up, Steve. Now, another would be Aviva. Aviva's table reduction program offers a standard rate class to eligible clients rated up to table 3. The program is available on most of Aviva's life insurance products, and this would be including their Index Survival Universal Life. And it looks like they go up to age 70 as well, and they do a lifetime face of $10 million.
I gotta say, Aviva wants to play, and right now with all the they've been in the news, maybe not always in a happy way, but they're in the news. They're still playing in the substandard market. This is a company. Don't walk away from it. We're still looking at them because they can play, especially at the older ages.
Absolutely. Next on our list would be AXA Equitable. Under their Good Health Credit Program, a proposed insured who demonstrates good lifestyle habits can basically have their rate reduced from a Table D to a standard. They also have max face amounts of $25 million on an individual. They have this available on the survivorship plans up to $20 million.
So, but you said table, D as in dog, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now keep in mind, this is huge because their individual cap out rate on the face amount is $25 million, 20 on second to die. That's a major player for some of your clients that are very wealthy and affluent. That could be a look. And we personally love their head of underwriting. So I don't want to say her name. I don't want to embarrass her.
She's phenomenal.
She's phenomenal.
Absolutely. Now the next on our list would be John Hancock. We've enhanced our proprietary health, or they've enhanced the proprietary health style credits, basically to give your healthier clients the opportunity for an upgrade to a possible preferred or even the super preferred.
Wow. Think about this also. They rolled off, we talked about this in yesterday's show, they rolled off 10% right off the top of their premium. So even if you wound up, you couldn't even shave from C down to standard, although I think they're players right now and they're going to be a player in this. You could still use them because they're just rolling. They just did a discount till the end of the year off their premium platform. So that's a savings, 10% right out of the chute.
Absolutely. Now next on our list is going to be Lincoln Benefit. They've made some changes to their program this year. They did have what was known as the Sherlock program. They've actually made some changes to the program that they have now. That is a lifestyle credit program up to $5 million. This is on all of their permanent plans, including survivorship. And basically, this is going to be from ages 25 to 60. The maximum improvement allowed is 2 tables or 1 preferred standard class. For example, if the standard select to preferred or preferred to preferred elite.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that because, you know, a lot of carriers stay at the 70 level, the age 70. So when most of these carriers, like Lincoln, all these, are going to stay right around 69 to age 70, somewhere in the vicinity. Later on in the show, we'll talk to you about somebody that actually goes a little older than that, which is surprising. When we're talking about impaired risk, I want you to always be able to go to the Impaired Risk Field Guide. We update it every year, especially for this time in impaired risk season. The Impaired Risk Field Guide has all of our table shaving programs, and if you say, Steve, I not only need your grid on this, I need the carrier brochures with all the language. If you need all that, we have all that. Just order it at thebiz@brokersalliance.com. When we come back from the break, we'll address the top carrier table shaving programs and lifestyle crediting. And don't forget, you can enroll in IULUniversity.com for the best training, education, sales support when it comes to life insurance for retirement income.
You're listening to the insurance industry's #1 resource for products, planning ideas, carrier information, and interviews you can use. When it comes to life insurance, annuities, long-term care, disability, or group pension plans, we're the news you can use.
Welcome to the Brokers Alliance Auction House. I'm Jessica Lopez, and that's Steve Savant. What are you doing?
I'm practicing my auctioneer skills for our carrier bidding process for our producers' substandard cases.
Steve means that we're packaging our substandard cases for underwriters with specific carriers that are known to specialize in certain health impairments.
There are really only a handful of competitive carriers in each category, and we've identified who they are.
It's all about securing the best possible underwriting offer by packaging your substandard case with the right carriers.
So let the bidding begin. Well, welcome back to the Business Insurance Zone. I'm Steve Savant with Jessica Lopez. And remember, you can order today's giveaway at thebiz@brokersalliance.com. And we're giving away the complete anthology, I have to say, of the Impaired Risk Field Guide. And all you have to do is order it. Feel free also to take some of this apart. I do it all the time. I have some of it on my wall. Table shaving, guaranteed issue, who issues to age 90, the MVR for my speeders. All those things are on my wall separate. And if you're playing in a certain arena, even we do aviation. We have an aviation grid. So if you play with pilots, that's another place you can order that all. And just ask, Steve, I want it, thebiz@brokersalliance.com. And remember, even though we're not talking about anything tax or securities, you should always consult your tax advisor and broker-dealer compliance department before moving forward with anything you hear on our show. And remember, today we're talking about top table shaving programs, and you just identified 6 that do all products across the board, term and perm. Now let's move down the list because the lead off the next part of this segment is one of my favorite carriers because they kind of were one of the few that started this whole table shaving the business, Lincoln National. Absolutely,
extremely competitive carrier. They actually have their lifestyle credit program available up to the death benefit of $10 million. They offer this on all of their permanent plans, including survivorship. It's not available on their term or money guard. But just let me give you a little bit more information about this particular plan. It does go up to age 70. We're looking at medical impairments with table ratings or table C or less. They will be reduced to standard on an individual product. Both lines on survivorship products can be reduced to standard, provided both are table C or less on both lives. Now they also roll this into medical flat extra rating, so $5 per 1,000 or less will be reduced to standard. A flat extra of $5 with a table B rating will be eligible for the table reduction as well.
I have to say, I love when carriers attack flat extra ratings and roll them off, because I think sometimes they're just unwarranted in the big scheme of things, especially when you show this on an illustration or proposal.
Right.
I think it's just extra money and it doesn't work out, and it's hard to explain to the client the difference sometimes, especially between table shave. So now we're not really doing a table shave with Lincoln National, they're doing a flat extra shave.
Right.
That's an anomaly.
That's huge. Now another player would be MetLife. They have their MetEdge program. This applies to all of their permanent plans, survivorship, and term. And Met actually has this available to age 70 with a $10 million death benefit maximum. Cases that would be rated table B or C for 1 or 2 minor impairments will automatically be sent up to standard.
And just think about this, we're talking about the largest company in the world. You have to remember and keep in mind that when you're talking about Met, you have huge retention.
Right.
No automatic, these guys can play at some high areas. So even if your case isn't really qualified for table shave, if you want impaired risk this time, especially right now, before the GUL fiasco gets fixed,
right,
they're a good carry to play with. They're big, they're bad, they got billions in their net worth. Let's talk about Nationwide, because this is a company that kind of is an anomaly, because most of the time I don't see a property casualty company playing in life insurance, but they've really come to the game here. Talk about Nationwide.
Oh, absolutely. They've done a lot of things this past year to kind of position themselves better in our marketplace. They actually have 2 programs that are available. They kind of split it out a little bit because they want to make sure that it is available on all of their product lines. Their PIP program, which is the Placement Improvement Program, is available on all of their permanent product lines, and that's basically to improve the rating from table C to standard. They have their Wellness Credit Program, which is for their term, more of their GUL and so forth. The PIP is more for your cash value type products. On the Wellness Credit Program, insured may be credited up to 1 table, including Preferred to Preferred Plus. I like it when they roll it up into that preferred marketplace. They go up to age 70, and it looks like they have a max of $10 million.
When I first heard the program PIP, I grabbed my television clicker, actually, to be honest with you. Picture in a picture, No, it's a wellness program. And I love that you pointed that out, because we always think of the substandard season as, hey, this is a major table shave, and it is.
Right.
But sometimes, like a carrier like Nationwide actually makes that shave work in the preferred arena, and I really love that. And I know that they're also doing an exchange program. There's a lot to it, and there are only certain carriers that they'll take, but those kind of exchange programs at a time like this, that's when you want to know all these ideas. If you say, Steve, send it to me, I'll just write it to you and send it to you, thebiz@brokersalliance.com, and I'll send it to you.
Now, next on our list, we have North American. They actually have the ability to offer up a lifestyle credit program, basically going from a table 4 to standard. And for this particular carrier, they have this available on the Rapid Builder and the Custom Growth CV product. Principal has this available on all of their permanent plans. They are called the ASAP, or the Automatic Standard Approval Program. This improves ratings up to table 3 or flat extras to $7.50 to standard. That's $7.50 per flat or per 1,000.
That's very good.
That's a big jump.
Talk about protective. I'm kind of blown away, because remember, these are the people that came out with the Roscoe Rider. We talked about it on our Halloween special a couple weeks back. And if you haven't missed that, and you say, what is that Roscoe Rider? Just write me and I'll send you all the data on it. It's really great. thebiz@brokersalliance.com. Talk about a little bit about Protective's $2 million ceiling on their table shave.
Their program is known as the Life Advantage Program. Rated table C or less due to single impairment may qualify the client for a better rating. These impairments include blood pressure, creatine, MVR, PSA. So they're really throwing everything in there in regards to an overall picture of the client to help improve that rating.
And think about it, Prudential, which is they own the body mass index scene on this, because they take clients who are really overweight, heavily overweight. They stick out like a sore thumb in the carrier runs. And if we're looking at Prudential for a shave, and especially when you're talking about clients that are heavy and really are overweight, that's a play. But give me, with the time left, United of Omaha, because they go to what? Age
They go to 75. This is the one that you were bringing up earlier.
It is.
So 75 years old, they have this available on term and permanent products, and it looks like they would be definitely a competitive player.
You remember, you can order all this. Just go right out to our website on our red on-demand button. Hit it right at our homepage, brokersalliance.com. That's the Buzz on the Biz for today. Get in the zone, the business insurance zone.
The Biz is brought to you by Brokers Alliance, a national leader in insurance products, support services, and educational workshops. When it comes to life insurance, annuities, long-term care, disability, or group pension plans, we're the news you can use.